driving a crane down the street. Welcome to Michigan. What is up, peoples of YouTube? I'm the Motorcycle Mick, and today, well, it's Challenger release day, but you guys are seeing this on Thursday. Well, that video just came out talking about how Harley needs to step up their game, and this is just reinforcing the fact that Harley is going to get behind quickly, because this new Challenger is no joke. That Power Plus 108 that they're putting in this motorcycle, Harley better watch out. But we're going to talk some specs and pricing today. But before I get too far into that, if you are new to this channel, or have been watching for a very long time, hit that subscribe button down below. I upload videos every Tuesday and Thursday around 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I've been looking, because at my analytics, which I can see with my videos, I see that a lot of you watching my videos aren't subscribed. I'd be much obliged if you could. That being said, I also am doing giveaway right now, and we are really close to it. At 500 subscribers, I am giving away a few pairs of these gloves. Going back to what I was talking about, Indian or Polaris, or whatever the hell you want to call them, they made a contender with the Challenger, and you know what, I before said that it looks like a Roadglide, and I had to correct myself because it looks exactly like a Roadglide. But that is not the point. Thanks to Gears and Gadgets last night, and I'm sure these price sheets are out, I don't know, yesterday and today, but thanks to Dan at Gears and Gadgets. If you haven't seen his channel yet, I'll put him down below to go check him out. Give him a subscribe too. He actually got a price sheet from one of his subscribers. I don't know where it came from. I'm not going to ask questions. I don't get paid to know things. But what this dealer price sheet said, which you can see it right there. If you think I'm lying, it's right there. That's the dealer price sheet. But they have a technology on there that might surprise you. So let's start looking at price per bike. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to be comparing this to the Roadglide. Because not only does this bike look like the Roadglide, but it actually might have more to offer than it. And that's based just on price. Now looking at Indian's things they have on here, the little, I don't want to say accessories, but the little features next to that. You can see on this right here, they got the name of the bike. They got model number, name of bike, color, price, and then the things that come on the bike. I guess what you want to call standard accessories. But with the base model, which is I believe 21,000-ish, this is a dealer price sheet, so they can go a little bit up, a little bit down. I mean, 21,000-ish. You still get that Power Plus 108. Compare that to Harley, where there it says a 107. You know, people might look at that a little bit weird and be like, oh, that's not much of a difference. But at the same time, for that 21,000, you're getting that Power Plus 108, which puts out more power than Harley's CVO motor. So you're spending $30,000 less and getting more power. But even on their base models, you know, like everyone has their base models, and they aren't very specific on this sheet. They just say the Power Plus liquid cooled engine. So we know that there is a 108, the Power Plus 108. If there is something bigger, we don't know. But if there is something on the more expensive bikes, that could be a freaking blow to Harley for their CVO market. And then you get to the more fanciful bikes, and that is the Dark Horse and the Limited. I think they're over a kill shot with this one. The Dark Horse, Indian's blackout bikes, I guess they'd be kind of comparable to Harley's specials. Like this is a special, but they didn't black it out for some reason. Thanks. Well, their Dark Horses only go from 27 to 28, and they come with the Power Plus 108 premium 100 watt audio, which I feel like they're, you know, that's Harley's like special audio. It comes with the lean control. You can only assume that it's going to be like Harley's, where it's got the rider protection. Going over to the Roadglide side of things, the prices are about the same for a special, and granted, the more options you get with Harley, the more you pay, but like with a Roadglide on this, it's going to be the same friggin' price.
And I think that's a problem that Harley runs into, is all the options that they have.
So then it comes down to preference, but you got a 114 and a Roadglide, because the Roadglide special comes with 114. That's comparable to the Dark Horse. But that's where, you know, you look at the numbers again, or 114 versus their Power Plus 108, and it's a hard sell. It's hard to get people to buy, you know, if they're looking for a new bike that has that hard fixed fairing or looks like a Roadglide. You got another company that's out here selling a fixed fairing bike, and I mean, on paper and looks and reality, it's a good bike. Now granted, the bike did only come out 2 days ago, so it's going to be a very, you know, it's always trial and error. you gotta learn and see what happens, and this person needs to speed the fuck up.
And if you look at the specs of the accessories that come on this bike, it's insane. They have inverted front suspension, a lightweight frame, I think it's cast aluminum. They actually looks like they have a monoshock in this thing, which is just like my Heritage has. It's got the cool traction control system. It's got some badass radially mounted Brembo brakes. I mean, it's got the 108, which is pretty awesome. It's got locking saddlebags, premium audio, all these cool features that come standard on the motorcycle. The Roadglide also has some matching things with that, like the Brembo brakes. It's got the performance suspension, is what Harley wants to call the responsive suspension, which is very specific. The boombox infotainment system, the sharknose fairing LED daymakers. It's pretty comparable once you add some options.
And here's where the kill shot comes in with this bike. Is Harley just released the new Roadglide Ultra Limited, and everyone knows that bike is not cheap, but it does come with a lot, and I mean a lot of comforts, and those comforts can actually be a benefit. I mean, it's got the tour pack, it's got all the bells and whistles, the goodies, everything. I mean, honestly, with that, what it is, the Ultra Limited is like the step below CVO. That's the step below. So that bike comes with, I mean, the list. There's literally a list of accessories, but it also comes at a price. And if Indian's price sheet is accurate with this other bike, I think there might be a customer war on this, because consumers have been looking for something different from Harley for a while. That's even from Harley fans, because they feel like they've been let down. They're watching Indian make all these performance bikes, which reality, this motor is made by Polaris, and the Power Plus 108 was a motor that's been being designed since the days of Victory. It wasn't like it just popped up, and if you look at the motor, it looks exactly like a Victory motor. So don't lay this just on, oh, Indians got their shit figured out, because their parent company that's really in control of things is really just popping a tag on a Victory. Because the one thing, I sit at a predicament. I absolutely love Harleys, but I loved Victory too. Victory was a great motorcycle brand. They always had this futuristic look, and I really hated the way Indians look until I started thinking about it from the perspective of the way Victory made things. And I realized that the Indians are just Victories in disguise. It's like a transformer, because I can definitely see the heart inside that Indian, and now with this Challenger, I can see the other parts too. All you need to do is take off the Indian logos, put a Victory brand badge on there. And that being said though, going back to what I was saying with this Ultra Limited Harley puts out, well then they have the new, they call Limited. Limited is like their classy trim, just like Harley's is. And just like that, it comes with all the bells and whistles, the audio, everything. And it's just gonna be a very nice looking bike. But here's where my whole question is arisen, and kind of something to be answered by you, and I'm about to answer a little bit too, is with these market prices being so close to Harley's, I mean, is it really an Indian being sold, or is it a rebranded Victory so that they can compete against Harley? Because the Indian that people knew is dead and gone. I'm willing to accept that it's not the same company. Now it's a cool logo, but these bikes out they're putting out are so comparable to Harley's. Is it going to get people to sway one way or another? Is that motor enough to bring people away from Harley Davidson? Because there is power there is the want for power, but at the same time, you know, there's that bit of most people are going to buy a bike and just ride it. Maybe eventually do upgrades to it, but Polaris is coming out swinging with this new motorcycle, and honestly, for that price, you can't knock them. So do I think Harley's in trouble with this new bike? In the long run, maybe. Immediately, no. Because unlike buying a Harley where you have hundreds of thousands of people that buy Harleys, you don't really have that same market for Indians. But you don't have that market there. You don't have that same group that's going to be buying them over and over. So you got to kind of build it. So I think if Indian can establish themselves, I think players can establish the Indian brand, I think that they have a really good chance. But something that Dan brought up from Gears and Gadgets is that there's, over like 140 or something like that Indian dealerships, and there's like 638
Harley dealerships
based off the website. They got to try and build that market. Overall though, I think that it's going to be a good competition. We're going to love to see what this bike is, and I'm going to have to go test ride it, because that Challenger actually looks pretty sweet. We'll see about the handlebars. Overall, you know what? Is Harley in trouble? I'll leave that decision to you guys. What do you think? But I'm gonna end it here, guys. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I mean, I don't think that there's any immediate danger to Harley, but I think if they don't pay attention, and I think that if Indian can get this bike selling on the market, let me know what you guys think about the new Indian Challenger and the pricing on that, because that's a bit nuts. And as always, I hope you have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon tea, brunch, lunch, nightcap, McGriddle, bacon sandwich, and remember to always ride for freedom. Goodbye.
This shit is old school. They say I'm not supposed to, but I make my own rules. Dog, this shit is old school. Yo, bitch, man, that's old news. She been on my whole crew. Yeah, that chick is ran through. Ha. This shit sound like old too. Pull up and I drop the roof, and that bitch a old school. These niggas acting brand new. I just keep it old.